Welcome back, of course. This is K24 This Morning. Happy holidays to you and yours. I hope you're enjoying yourself and not forgetting the reason for the season. As you do that, of course, we're making sure we bring you the best as far as entertainment is concerned. And here we're having a conversation because usually as we wind down the year, you know very soon you're going to write down those resolutions for the new year. But the resolutions also come with bumps on the road. It's not always flat all the way and you get to achieve. And that's a discussion we're having today on that particular theme. How you bounce back from all of those situations that make you think that, okay, fine, it is over, this isn't happening. And my next guest is a person who you probably have seen because he's been on Top 40, Under 40. He's been on this particular station on Young Rich as well. But along the way, things happened as well, quite a tumultuous turn of events across the border, and we'll talk about that as well. Lots happened, and we're here to discuss all of that with Mr. Joe Kariuki. He's the CEO of the Candy and Candy Group. Karibu sana, Joe.
Asante sana.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic stuff.
Thank you.
And Joe, there's so much to start. You talk about, you know, in your business career.
Sure.
But let's start with the elephant in the room and put that out of the way, shall we? And talk about what happened across the border.
Sure.
Because 2017,
Sure.
you're taken in, you're incarcerated in Tanzania
yes.
for fraud.
Yes.
What was happening there? Because you had a record label and people were like, okay, how did he get this money? He's behind bars for 2 years. What was going on in that space and time?
Actually, thank you for inviting me as well. One thing, maybe I'll talk about it. It was strange to me because actually what happened, it was more like an accident. What happened, I had invested in Tanzania as well by then. I had opened a record label as well in Tanzania. I was doing so well, and then boom, something came along that, you know, I defrauded someone who actually was a Kenyan. You know, the person who accused me, like, you know, I defrauded him, you know, he was Kenyan. He was from Nairobi. But what I couldn't understand is, if I defrauded him in Nairobi or whatever I did, whatever he came up and said, why came to Tanzania and why bring the case to Tanzania?
Right.
And at the end of the day, you know, I won the case, but it wasn't an easy task.
I can imagine.
You know, it wasn't an easy task, especially, you know, I got sick when I was there. I got very sick. I had like 4 operations when I was there. But, you know, it's one of those things maybe.
Right,
You know,
at least in this point in time,
Sure.
you appealed the case. The Tanzanian court found that there was no evidence, and because of that, they set you free. But during that period in time,
Sure.
when you're behind bars and you're trying to defend yourself to prove that you're innocent,
Sure.
what was going through your mind? Because you're in a foreign land, first of all, in a prison in a foreign land. It doesn't get worse than that. What were you thinking?
Let me tell you, you know, the worst thing is how I got arrested, because actually I got arrested on the border of Kenya.
Coming back.
Coming back, you know, I spent the whole day driving from Dar to, you know, to Namanga border. And the worst thing, I got arrested at the border. And the funny thing, I'd already stamped my passport, so I was going to Kenyan side.
Right.
So I got arrested there. And I told them, you know what, let's go to the Kenyan side and then we can deal with that and all that. They said, no, we are taking back to Arusha. So they took me back to Arusha. I wasn't charged, you know, I stayed in cell for like 10 days with no charge, knowing why I'm there and all that. Another thing, the worst thing which as well happened was, I had another car in, because I was arrested with one car, I still remember. And there was another car in Nairobi where I used to live. The worst thing, they thought I had cash. And I can't even believe, even today, how they got that car from my house to Tanzania with no paperwork.
So they brought your car across the border into Tanzania?
Across the border with no paperwork, with nothing. So I woke up in the morning and they said, is this your car? And I was like, how did you get the car? And they're like, don't worry about it. You don't worry about it. We got the car, blah, blah, blah. You have some money. We have been told you have stashed some money in the car, about 300 million. I was like, no, there's nothing. So they destroyed the whole car, the roof and all that, looking for money. They didn't find anything else. They asked me, okay, how much are you going to give us, you know, if you want to be free? And I said, I'm not going to give you anything. So, because I thought it was a joke. The next thing, I'm behind bars.
During that period, because, I mean, you are doing well. People knew you at that particular time before the arrest.
Sure.
Who came to see you? Who called you? Who was it? Because, you know, you have your squad, you have your boys. Who called to be like, yo, what's going on?
I'm telling you, And I'm telling you, you know, I can tell you right now, I think I'm a changed person because of what happened to me. By then, I used to have lots of homies going out, drinking, partying and all. Everybody knew about Candy. We used to party and all that. But I can tell you today, right now, in front of this TV, none of my friends came to see me.
Did anybody try and call to find out what was going on?
No, none of them. Apart from my family, nobody else came to see me.
That must have been tough, right?
It was tough because I thought I had friends. By then I was doing well. I thought I have people who can back me. But staying in Tanzania, the only thing which happened was I met some Kenyan people there. I met like Don Bosco. I met him there and he looked after me. He's someone I didn't know, but he helped me in, you know, in so many ways,
right.
You know, especially being a foreigner and not knowing everybody there, not knowing anything, not knowing even what I'm going to eat, not knowing even how I'm going to contact my family, but he helped me.
He came through for you.
Yeah, he came through for me.
Okay, that was quite a tumultuous period. We had to talk about that. Let's take it back before that, because now when you look at the Candy and Candy group, it's in mining, it's in investment. I don't know if you're still dabbling in music as well. Where did you start your entrepreneurship journey? When did you realize that you know how to, you know, make a shilling out of 50 cents?
No, I started a long time ago when I was 18, and when I finished my secondary school, I had to look for money, and I traveled to the UK by myself. So that's when I knew, wow, I need to change my life. I need to do something else. I need to do something better for myself. I need to have, you know, to do other things. I need to have nice things. So I decided, you know what, let me save a few coins and see what I can do. And that's why I decided to go to the UK. And that's when I started knowing, wow, I can do these few things and all that. And I came back after 10 years, I came back to Kenya and started Candy and Candy Group.
So what was the first venture of the group? Was it the record label? Is that where you started?
Yes, actually it was the record label. Yeah, it was the record label. And I thought, wow, you know, it started doing well. There was other record label in Kenya by then. They were doing, I remember Gopa and all that. They were there by then when I started. Grandpa was doing so well by then. And I thought, wow, I need to come up with something else. So I started signing other artists from Tanzania and all that. And we started doing well, but we were not making money. I was spending lots of money pushing the artists, but there was nothing. We were making not much money. Yeah. So I decided, let me do something else. So I came with an idea. Why don't I start doing mining? So we hired a place in Taveta for lease, long-term lease. Actually, the lease will be ending in 2030. So we still have the lease. And we started mining there, and you know, it didn't do as well but it was better than the music thing. I thought, let me keep on trying, you know, let me keep on trying. So I came up with Amshamama. You know, it did so well.
What's Amshamama about?
Amshamama was something I did with helping women around. And at the same time, we were helping school with school libraries and all that. And that's one thing which, you know, we did a lot to help people around, and we did well with that. And, you know, and I hope maybe from next year I'll go back to that, because I love doing that. I like doing charity work and all that, and I'll do more onto that. Yeah.
And from there you also got into the financing space as well.
This is what we have come up with, you know, since I came back, because you know, I was released this year. Actually, it's like my 4th, 5th month, you know, since I left Tanzania, and I thought, wow, what do I do? You know, I'm out now. Whatever I had, actually, I lost everything.
Who was handling the business when you were in Tanzania behind bars?
Was my daughter. I have a daughter, but she's young, and you know, she was 17, 18. So she was trying to help. My sisters, they were trying to help as well, but they had other things to do, and they had as well to help fight the case I had. So we spent a lot of money, you know, traveling and all that, hiring lawyers and all that. So I had to part with some of the things, and some of the things they didn't understand my business, what I used to do. So like I had an office in Mombasa Road, it was shut down because of arrears, you know, in land and all that. The mining, I had people working there, you know, we had to let them go home
Right.
and other things. I had another office in Dar. We couldn't keep up with the land because they didn't understand the business and all
Right.
that. Yeah, so we shut down.
You
So
know, you
when I
tell me-
came out, like there was nothing.
And that's what I'm wondering. So you are happy that you're free, you've left Tanzania, but you're coming to Nairobi and you realize you're not even starting from zero, you're starting from negative. Because now you owe rent, you owe all these things.
Actually, that was the worst thing. You know, the moment I was told, you know what, you have won the case, I was like, now I have won the case. Now what do I do?
Right.
Where do I even start? I was like, I think I would rather be here now. You know, you fight so hard to be out, then you realize, where am I going? So it took some time to be like, I'm sick, I need to attend hospital. By then when I was in prison, the government was paying for it,
Right.
which was a lot of money. You know, can you imagine doing lots of operations? I had like 4 or 5 operations, which costed more than 40 million Tanzania shillings.
Right.
So I was thinking, now I have to go and do the last operation when I was out. How do I even afford it and all that? Most of the cars I had, they had already brought them to Tanzania. So I can't even sell them because already they are in police custody.
Right.
You know, had an account in Tanzania. They had already shut those accounts. So I didn't have anything.
So where did you start? Where does a business person start? Because always say you have to look for the opportunity.
Yes.
So where did you land?
So I came out and I was like, you know, I stayed, actually even the house where I used to stay, I lost everything. So I went and stayed with a couple of days at my sister's, thinking, now what do I do? And my sister said, you know what you need to do? You need to look after yourself. Don't worry about whatever happens. Stay here, eat, get yourself back and do something. I thought, no, I'm not comfortable staying at my sister's place every day. She's feeding me every day. And I thought, I have to do something.
Right.
So I had a bike and I had another car left. And I thought, you know what, I have to sell this. So the only car I had left, I sold it. And I thought, I need to invest on something. So I came up and I thought, what do I do? I can't go back to the music. You know, I wasn't making money in the first place. I can't go to mining. It needs lots of money. So what can I do right now? So I met a friend of mine. He started teaching me Forex trading. So I started learning, you know, here and there, you know, about Forex, you know, money exchange, buying these.
Right.
And the money I had, I started trading on Forex.
Right.
You know, after I have learned for a month or so, I started trading and I started making money. I realized, wow, so you can make money doing this. And another thing, when I came out, I was thinking, with the economy now, especially, we know how the economy is right now in Kenya and in East Africa as well. We are not doing that well. And I thought, maybe I can invest global, where even if I lose, it's not going to be too much. So I invested a bit on Forex trade. And from there I thought, now maybe I can start something.
Right.
So I came up with a company under Candy and Candy. It's called 51 Capital. It's more like a microfinance.
Right.
Not yet microfinance, but what we are trying to do is to teach people. One thing we're trying to teach people about Forex trading, because a lot of people don't know about Forex trading. We are not taking money or anything. We're trying to teach them about Forex trading. And what I do, if you become a good trader, you can borrow money from 51 Capital.
They can use your money to trade.
Our money. So I'm putting money. If you're a good trader, and I see you're doing so well after I have already trained you, we give you money.
Right.
I lend you money. So you start trading yourself. And then you can return with a bit of interest. That's what we are doing right now.
Some people are saying that this whole Forex thing, it's a phase that's coming through and soon it will go the same way Bitcoin came. After some time, you might be found still trying to trade and it moves on and you're just making losses on there. What's your take on that? People think that this is just a fad. It'll pass. In the next couple of months, we won't be talking about Forex anymore. There'll be a new thing. People are hot
every
on.
time, you know, what I can talk about, you know, right now we are talking about Forex. So you jump as an entrepreneur, you take opportunity of what's happening now, and that's what I'm doing.
Right.
If, you know, if 7 years to come, we'll jump to something else.
Right.
That's how entrepreneur do. you take opportunity of something and work it and do it well.
Right.
And that's what I'm doing.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And in this particular space, because you've spoken about how a friend of yours taught you Forex and that's
Sure.
how you got into the space.
Sure.
Before all of that,
Yeah.
had you done any courses in business? Had you gone to business school? Or are you learning street smarts on the job with all your other operations?
I'm telling you, I've been street smart. That's what I've been learning my things. It's not like I've gone to uni or anything. I'm a good learner. I always listen and take opportunity of something. If I see something, you can make money, I go take my time and invest on it.
Right.
And usually don't take it too seriously.
Right.
Because if you take years and years to think of something, oh God, people are losing money on Forex and all that. I came out from Tanzania. I didn't know anything. I've never even traded. I've never even thought I'll get into anything to do with financial something. But the moment I sat down with the person, I thought, there's an opportunity here. And at the same time, I've come up with something called doorstep loans. With the money I'm making from Forex, I'm trying to invest on doorstep loans. Doorstep loans, it means I send someone to come to your house, you know, and do a bit of visibility study, know that you have stayed there for how long and all that. And I'll lend you like 4,000, 5,000 bob. You know, and the collateral, it's where you live. As far as I know where you live, that's what we are doing. Because with all these apps which are coming around and all that, if you go and tell our grandmother, our mothers, they don't understand about all those apps. Like, you know, it's good business. Everybody is going on up now. But I was thinking, what about our mama, Boga and all that? They don't understand. So what we are trying to do at the same time, to reverse that, you know, do the same thing. Go and see the lady, whoever wants the loan. You tell us, my name is blah, 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 blah. I live here. We'll go to your home and we'll give you the money when you're at home.
So the security is your residence?
Yes.
That's what is being used?
Yes, that's what we are doing.
How's it going so far?
So far, we are doing good. So far, we have registered more than 200 people already. Yeah, and we have given out loan for more than 70 people. I'm not giving out a lot.
Right.
Because right now, I don't have a lot of money to give. But what we have, we are trying to give to these people. And so far, I can see it's working.
Right.
Yeah, it's working more.
And for one thing that is a clear contrast is when you look at, you know, the Joe of Candy and Candy record label, who was the high flyer on every blog. You get into a space, people talking about you. And now that you have to start from, you know, zero and build yourself up, how does it feel? Because, you know, at times, some people, your ego and everything is tied to this position and how people know you. Now that you come back and probably when you walk into a club or, you know, a restaurant and you're not getting the same, you know, attention that you're getting before, how does it feel being this new Joe?
I think I like the new Joe.
Right.
One thing, because one thing I realized, the old Joe and the people who are around me, they didn't care about me. What they cared is what I had. Right now, the people I'm hanging out with, those are the people who cares more because I have nothing. I don't have a lot. It's not like I have nothing. I have something, but it's not as much as I had. And I know by next year or whatever, we'll be talking about something else, but this is a learning lesson. One thing I've realized, I can never go back where I was, or that Joe of high flying and do all those things. Maybe it was a godsend for these things to happen. And no, wow, I'm the one who gives and I'm the one who takes. That's one thing. By then I didn't understand. I was like, I'm just getting. So I didn't care. You know, I could help people around. I could, you know, to give 1 million, it was nothing. To give 100, to go on a club and spend 200,000. But you know, I sat down when I was in Tanzania and I thought, I did this wrong. I did all this wrong. I ran through all this. All these people who are around me, where are they now? You know, right now, you know, I'm getting a couple of people calling me. Oh, Tumekuona, you're back. How are you? I was looking for you. Where did you go?
These were your friends before?
Yeah, I'm like laughing. Oh, you are looking for me. For 2 years you have been looking for me. But you have already found my number now. But for the last 2 years you couldn't even find my number. And actually I have my new number. How did you even find the new number? And how did you find them out? You know? And it's life. It's life.
Speaking of life, we have a couple of pictures that we'll be having up on screen, and you'll be just giving us a brief description of what was going on in your space and time right here.
Sure.
Is this
right
new
there?
or old Joe?
That's the old Joe. There. That's the old Joe.
Right.
There I had a application. It was called Nico Hub. Actually, you know, I lost like, you know, more than 10 million out of that.
Developing that app?
Developing the app because it doesn't exist. That's in KTN there.
Joe, you were spending a lot of money
I was
back in the
spending
day.
a lot of money. I was spending a lot of money
Yikes.
back in the day.
Wow. Okay, what is going on here?
Oh, there I have, it was called Mtaani Connect. I had a football tournament in Langata. By then I was vying for an MPC.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How did that go?
The funny thing is, by the time I was supposed to come back for the campaign, that's why I was coming for the campaign.
You were coming
at the
back
border
to
for the campaign, yes. That's when I got arrested.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was the
So this was the trophy for
that was,
that
yes,
particular
that was
tournament.
the trophy for that.
Okay.
Oh, that's my old home where I used to live before I was arrested. Yeah. Chilling. I think that was people from Spice magazine that came to see me. Yeah.
When you look at these pictures, right here,
that's
contract
there.
signing.
Yeah, contract signing with Mr. Nice. That was Candy and Candy.
Right.
Yeah, that was, it was a great time we used to have. You can see we are signing even in the club. By then we are signing contracts and all that. I don't think I'll go to that.
you will go back to that.
I don't think I'll be going soon back to that soon.
What was happening?
Oh, that's
here?
in those are parties I used to do. That's Mustafa with me. That's in Prideen. I was doing something for Amsha Mama and all that.
Right.
Yeah, those are the things I was doing by then. Yeah.
If we get the next picture up on screen.
Yeah, sure.
Here we go.
That was me. That's Identity Kenya. That's my office for mining. So I was thinking, you know, some people came to see me and they took some pictures. Yeah, that was me in Mombasa. I was doing racing because by then I was a safari rally driver. I still have
your own rally car.
Yeah, it's there. I still have it.
And for people who don't know, being a rally driver and having your own rally car is very expensive.
It's very expensive.
That's why people need
so
sponsors.
expensive.
Again, Joe,
it's so
you
expensive.
are throwing the money. You are not joking.
It's so expensive. The only thing I don't think I'll part with, it's running.
Right.
Yeah, I think, you know, by next year, we had the East Africa, right? The Safari Rally back.
Right.
I think
you'll
see,
get back on that
I'll
circuit.
get back to that. The car is there. That's my hobby, so I think I'll get back to that. That's when I won the Visionary.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's something else. I think, oh no, that's when I got released. Yeah, I can see Tanzania.
When you won the appeal.
Ameshinda rufaa. You can see that's when I, you know, and Makufuri, you know, they were talking about me and all that. And actually, he did a great job because he got involved for...
On your particular case?
Yes, on my particular case. And yeah,
okay.
So I'm grateful.
What's going on this
That's Amsha Mama. That's when I was helping women. That's in Tanzania. I had more than 10,000 women on that day. In Tanzania, that's Chundaman, and I had lots of artists on that day. And we are trying to help women. You can see we are giving them money to start businesses and all that.
Right.
I used to love doing that and helping people. And I'm still the same person. When it comes to that, I think I'm going to continue doing this.
Right.
Yeah.
Once all the other ventures are up and running, you go back.
Already they're up and running. I'm not scared to do this. I think by next year, January, I'll start doing all this. Yeah.
And here we have a much younger.
A much younger Joe. And all that. That's in my office as well. Yeah. That's me going around to see the women we helped. You can see we are visiting their shops and see, you know, what they're doing by then. That's in Tanzania as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at least you can see a snapshot of what's going on and what you've been up to thus far.
Yeah.
And we've learned from a personal point of view from your life what you've learned, you know, from what you've gone through.
Oh God, I've gone through. I think what I've gone through, I wouldn't want anyone else to go through, especially being sick in a foreign country and nobody comes to see you. Apart from your family, you thinking maybe your friends, they'll back you, you know, they'll come and see you and comfort you and all that. But at the end, maybe they thought I was guilty because everybody didn't, maybe thought, So that's why maybe he was spending money, that's why he was doing all these flashy things. But one thing I can say, I'm back, I'm doing well, and I think I'm ready to do better than how I was doing before.
Right.
Because if you think about it, I've been out for 3-4 months. We have an office. I've moved from, by then I had an office in Mombasa Road. Like now we're in Westlands.
Right.
And, you know, we have already employed more than 20 people. We are ready to employ more. In Dab already opened their office again.
Right.
So I think I'm not doing too bad.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
right.
not doing too bad. I don't want my friend maybe to think I'll be calling them
Uh-huh.
to ask for some favors and all that,
Right.
to help me with anything. They, you know, they call me, we'll chat. But now I know where to put them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. What a story right there. For somebody who might probably want to get in touch with you and, you know, because of the impact that you've had on your life and wants to have a conversation with you either from a Forex point of view or something else, where can they get you online on social media? What are your handles?
They can get me on Candy and Candy. We still have the website,
Right.
Candy and Candy group. It's there. And already on Facebook, we are there. So they can inbox me on Candy and Candy group. And we can chat from there.
Okay.
And at the same time, if anyone wants to visit our offices, you know, our offices there in Westland, so they can visit.
Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic stuff. Joe Kariuki, what a story. A couple of months back to Kenya, karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
And of course, all the best with your business ventures moving forward.
Asante sana.
I mean, getting up close and personal with Joe Kariuki. What a story, man. You know, when he said that nobody came to see him when he was behind bars and everybody knew him, makes you think about the quality of friends you have around you, doesn't it? Okay, we take a short break. Of course, we're back on the side with plenty more. That, of course, was up close and personal. This is the holiday season, so even as you're looking at the friends you're hanging out with, take those notes. Back after the break.